All right, I had to get us out. Rachel and I were getting a little stir crazy. We were, gosh, we've been in the room for too many days. Like I was saying in the last video, if you're watching, I'm just trying to keep a little account of our time here in Odessa while we were basically stuck. They did close the border to foreigners, so we are here, and unfortunately, along with them closing the borders came basically no flights in and out, and also they closed the border in Spain, so we can't get back to our house in Spain. So we're just kind of chilling. So now we're out today. We decided after being cooped up, since there are no restrictions on us being out on the street just yet, that we would come out, and we're just kind of walking along the sea. But there's this huge climbing wall, pretty neat, all kinds of different angles and little spots to attach to and climb. But yeah, I figured I'd throw that on here for you guys who maybe make it out later in the season when it's a little more appropriate to be on the climbing wall, and they've got it all finished up. It sounds like some dude's doing a little repair, but yeah, there's a little something there, a little climbing wall along the sea. But yeah, we're just gonna head along this little fitness track, I think they have it kind of labeled as here, and just get some different views. There's a little park up the way we want to go check out, and it was like some steps that kind of led down to the sea that we saw on the internet. I don't think they were much of anything, but if we find those, maybe I'll throw those on here too. But yeah, things are pretty calm here still. Stores are still stocked. Just kind of being patient with what's going on, and yeah, seeing what we can do while we're stuck. Someone lost a glove. Classic. So this is the Szkałlawski, I believe it was something like that. Szkałlawski steps. I think it's kind of just a basic set of stairs that leads up from these. There's some parks, I believe. There was like a botanical garden and another arboretum or something. I'm gonna pronounce it wrong, I know, but yeah, these steps basically lead from the sea up to, well, they lead from those gardens down to the sea. But since we're already here at down at the sea, we're gonna head up and check out those green spots. But I figured I would show you guys. This is just another little area here that has, I think it has some kind of touristy attraction to it. If you look it up on Google, there are some reviews for it, and basically like people who live here are like, I'm not sure how this became a tourist attraction, but you know, it is what it is. Basically, I think it's just people like to take photos for Instagram and stuff, so probably just a bunch of IG models taking photos on these steps here. But yeah, we're gonna head up. I just kind of wanted to show you these steps and all these blooms. It's so gorgeous right now, all these blooms. I wish I was better about fruit trees, but there's definitely several different types throughout here. If anyone knows, some of them Rachel and I are guessing are like cherry blossoms, as well as maybe like fruit or peach trees. I'm trying not to touch my face too. I'm probably gonna do it tons of times in this video. But yeah, we're just moving along. All right, so we've been seeing this greenhouse. See, that there is actually a sign saying that they're gonna start basically a restoration on this greenhouse. I believe it was Marazle, built 1880. At some point in history, it was destroyed. I'm not sure if how exactly. There's not a lot of information on it, but a pretty neat little greenhouse that's been abandoned here. Not much to look at since, like I said, it has been damaged, and a lot of the, well, it looks like all of the original glass has probably been either taken elsewhere or destroyed. I wish I could get inside there, because if you look at this center portion here, it looks like there was some type of waterwork here or something. Look at, you found a way in? I don't know if we should go in there, but maybe we will. But yeah, it looks like there's like a waterfall feature there. And pretty interesting. If you look down there, there's like a basement as well. But kind of a neat little thing to come check out. It looks like they're trying to get a little restoration going for it. And that's pretty neat, because I think a lot of the people would really like to see it restored. And if you read reviews online, a lot of people saying, you know, this is a beautiful part of our history. We should get it restored. And all right, there was a nice gap in the fence. So real quick, I'll show you the what I assume was a water feature, or just different portions in here. It's really neat the way they've got it built up, though. I'm assuming that was a ladder so they could go up and open up those top glass sections, let air in and out. Pretty neat though. It's a couple hundred years old actually this year, right? Yeah, 2020, 200 years old. 200-year-old greenhouse here that they're hoping to restore, so stay tuned. They might get that project done before you make it out this way. All right, before we get yelled at, which is probably coming any second, we're gonna tuck under here and see what we can see. This was just underneath there. Oh. Yeah. Usually I have a flashlight. My flash is on. So it looks like there's little different areas you can move through here. And this is actually right up into that center part there. Let's see. Little stairways. This must be like just access ports to be able to feed plants or access plants or something. Oh, sorry guys. Let's see. Trying to find my footing. Oh, and then it kind of just opens up into the middle there. Here, I might as well go up in there real quick, show you guys. It's down low, on the down low. So that's where I was just looking up. There's like some type of center spot here. Anyway, don't want it to be too much about this greenhouse, but a little snuck in there. Here, let's see. Figured I'd sneak in here, get a view real quick, but we're gonna head out. There wasn't too much to see in here, just a little bit of insight. There's another building. I was just saying, showing you guys that greenhouse. That greenhouse was on someone's estate, actually. I believe the name of the garden was the name of the estate. But yeah, there's another building. Looks like it's probably a couple hundred years old itself, maybe longer. I know that the garden was supposed to be closely related to a sanitarium, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's the sanitarium there.
There? Huh. But this was maybe some other building associated with the sanitarium or something. It looks pretty ran down here. We're going to see if we can actually walk around and find a place to get in and hopefully not get yelled at, but we'll see. Then we'll maybe give you some different views inside there real quick. All right, I came in here real quick, grabbed some video of this inner portion of this building I was just standing on the outside of. I tried to get through a different portion actually on the other side, and I got snagged by a nail, so I abandoned and I came back around. Doesn't look like too much foot traffic, and actually there's a ton of trash right here. How random. There's a bunch of light bulbs and cigar casings, which is weird. Just a bunch of random trash. I was actually trying to find this one particular spot. There was you can see the plumbing in the wall. Here's one spot, and then there was another spot where you could see like where they had the wiring. Oh, here I can't see from the side though. I guess kind of right here you see this little channel. Like wiring ran in there, and then in that corner there's more piping. But pretty interesting. Looks like there was a basement and all the floors rotted out. Hopefully this doesn't collapse where I'm standing. But yeah, looks pretty worn out. You see all these tool marks from the different chisels and stuff maybe they used, or maybe this was someone removing something. Pretty interesting though. So Rachel noticed just inside this little area we've been in, these trees are budding, but they look like flowers, but it's actually like the stem growing out. It's crazy. Let me show them from the side. Here, let me go the other way because of the sun. Look at that. It like buds.
Here, see, show this one. It's like the early stage of the bud.
So it's like budding, and then the like what appears to be like a flower type thing, it has these new branches shooting out of it. Freaking trip, dude.
I wonder what kind of tree that is.
Right? Anybody knows, let us know. Well, we're just kind of still here in that same vicinity. We're actually trying to get over to the, there's a botanical garden. I'm not sure if that's a pay to enter or just a open kind of park deal there, since everything's kind of shut down right now. If it is a pay to enter, it might be closed. But look at this fountain. This must have been some old former Soviet fountain. Damn things looks like a swimming pool. It's crazy. But yeah, too bad. This thing was probably pretty wicked in its day, huh? What do you think? You think it was the whole thing was a fountain?
I mean,
Oh
it
yeah, I bet
could
it
have
was, because look at, see the little lips where the water
yeah,
would
it
have like
falls
cascaded
over.
down.
Sure.
I wonder if they had like fish and stuff in here, like a little
Maybe.
pond.
Maybe. It seems like such a wasted spot. If not, at least a wading pool or something.
Right.
You know?
Maybe on hot days the residents would jump in here. Who knows?
I imagine they would.
Right? All right, we're heading this way. Let's see what we can find. Well, we found the botanical garden. I actually was curious if it was a pay-to-enter kind of thing, because the gates were closed, and most pay-to-enter things are shut down anyway because they only have non-essentials open. It does appear to be a pay-to-enter, and while I was looking at the reviews, while I was looking at the whether or not it was paid to enter, excuse me, I saw some of the reviews, and the people said that it's a terrible botanical garden, and that it's a disgrace, and that it's not very well maintained, and it's a waste of money. So I'm gonna take those people's word for it, and not even see if I can get in. But I did notice while we were walking, or at least Rachel pointed out, there's this really colorful church over here. I figured since we're close to it, we'll at least come walk over here and get a closer view of it. It's quite the interesting color scheme. It's like the Christmas church. Or no, that'd be more like green, huh? Red and green.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is that an Orthodox church?
For sure.
See if we can get around to the front and get a view of it. Looks like that gate's open. Maybe we can go across and get a closer view. Another view. Let's see if I can get the name here. Oh, I guess either way, I don't know what it says, but pretty neat. There's actually a trolley coming up the way. I'll see if I can get this old trolley go by. But yeah, pretty neat display here. Certainly an eye-catching church. There's a lot of little mosaics as you go along the outsides here. Let's see where this trolley's at. We were just across the way there. There's actually a really nice restaurant. They have all types of flowers and things. And it smelled like they were cooking steak. It smelled delicious. So here goes this trolley right here. Look at this track. It doesn't even look like it's functioning. It's pretty beat up. There's one on the other side of the street that's there's no way it can be in use because it's not dug out like this one. But yeah, that shit looks rough. Excuse me. Another quick view of this church. Seems to be closed for now, but we're gonna head over and see if we can find this other park. It looks like we might have to walk through another park here to get to it. But hey, that's the game. We're just kind of walking right now, getting some exercise and seeing what's going on out here as we walk along. There's another decently sized fountain here. It looks like maybe, like Rachel was just saying to me, a tribute to Swan Lake or something. But it doesn't look like it's been used in quite some time. That's unfortunate, because these areas that we're running into, these green belts, these parks are really nice. They have just thousands and thousands of bulbs coming up, and nice little paths through them, and plenty of places to sit. I know right now it seems a little gray and it's a little chilly out, but I imagine in the springtime these places are beautiful. But yeah, it's unfortunate these old fountains aren't going. Maybe they'll restore them at some point, but just look at some of these old different light fixtures as you go along. Like, yeah, see, like here's another light fixture here, old stone one. It's all Soviet.
It's put up by the communists, so now that they're not here, it's not being taken care of.
Right. There's different statues throughout here. Let's go over there and check out that one. Oh.
Look at those mosaic pots. Those are really neat.
Yeah. Probably. Make sure we're not stepping on bulbs, huh?
Or poop.
Yeah, or poop. Yeah, it looks like the fence that it grows around this looks like this was like a really nice grand old property at one point. But it's kind of just minimally maintained now, it seems. different buildings throughout here. Oh, there's another guy over there. Probably this park is very grand in its time. Unfortunately, not all things last forever, I guess. But yeah, still kind of heading through. We're kind of using this, if we're heading in the right direction, using this to cut through to get to another garden park area that's just over this way a little bit. So we'll see how that works out for us. This old building looks pretty unused now, boarded up. So you got a little bell tower or something there. Let's go this way, huh? It's nice, a lot of like nice mosaic works. There was that planter back over there Rachel's pointing out, and there was that little trash there. There's different things as we go along. There's another planter one here. Oh, this old power box is a bird's nest now. Nature's like, I'm taking it back. Well, this door is open. I wonder if this place is actually open. Busted looking cat. Oh yeah, interesting. I'm not sure what it is, but probably has nothing to do with me, so I'm not gonna go in there. Let's see, is there anything else over here? This is a very interesting property. If anyone knows what all this was at sometime, fill me in. Kind of interesting. I'm hoping we can make our way through here and get to the other side of the road. Well, we finally got stopped by somebody, but she was friendly, which I have to point out, the Ukrainian people have been very friendly to us. We came from a couple of other countries. I'm not sure if she's sending us in the right direction, but we came from another couple of countries prior to this. If you're curious, you can look back through my video log and see what countries I'm talking about. I don't want to talk crap about those countries, but the people weren't very friendly there. They seemed very put off by us, and like they were damn near like on the verge of being rude. Like everyone that we spoke with was damn near rude. But people here have been different. Like they've been almost, I don't know, excited or pleased to speak with us in English. The ones who do know how to speak English, they didn't seem so like offended, like, oh, you guys don't know how to speak my language, which, you know, I understand that can be frustrating for them. But nice. Look, I came cruising through out of nowhere. But yeah, we spoke to this woman. She was very friendly, and I think she was asking us maybe specifically where we were trying to get to. And when we explained to her we were trying to get to this other park, she sent us on the direction we are now, which is this little path that was already in this park that we were going through. But she basically said we're gonna have to walk towards that building and then go around it, and we should be on our way. But yeah, I'm not sure why she stopped us, what she was initially saying, but it turned into us just asking her directions and her doing the best she could to explain it to us, which I thought was very nice. And now we're kind of just moving through an area that hopefully isn't somewhere we shouldn't be. She seemed pleasant enough, but there's kind of just, oh, there's a big fat rat. Look at these rats. Big old,
wow.
Look at that big old fat guy. Huge.
Food for him, that's for sure.
Oh, look, there's another one. But yeah, just cruising along. Looks like maybe some makeshift house for people here or something. But yeah, we're just heading along through this big plaza. Look at this big fat cat. He needs to be over here eating these rats. He looks pretty busted too. He's probably in cahoots with those rats. They're probably gonna steal our freaking wallets. Right? It seems like some people maybe live in here, but so far we're kind of just cruising through. No one's seems to mind that we're heading through this this big park area. And it looks like maybe we've got an exit coming up here, just about where she was saying, at the base of this building. So yeah, we successfully navigated the park with help from that woman, and the rats didn't get us, so that's good. All right, I believe we got to at least the park I was looking for. I don't know if it was pronounced Arboretum or something, but oh, I forgot this dude's name already. The guy's name is Stevan Dravietsky, I did my best to pronounce that. If I butchered it, I'm sorry. But this park, I believe, is maybe Victory Park, because the signs, Rachel translated this sign and this one here, and she got Victory Park out of it. And that would make sense with the dates. I'm assuming that would be associated with World War II victories. But this guy, Stefan Drawiecki, if I said that again improperly, I apologize. He was a Polish scientist, inventor. He apparently, from what I just read, invented the first, or maybe the first submarine in the world, and it was actually propelled with a battery, which is far out. But yeah, a little bit of love they show in this guy here. I read that they put this up in 2004, so it's not terribly old. And I'm assuming the fountain, or at least this fountain, specifically is off because it's the winter time. But pretty interesting. We're gonna move along. Maybe we can find some more monuments as we go. This park's really neat, and if you look at it from a map, it kind of branches out from this center circle here. So I'm assuming we'll see some nice views as we go, and see what we can get on here for you guys. It's like a legit old fountain here. I don't know if it runs in the summer, if it's just been abandoned, but kind of comes down here and then runs across to this area here. These stones actually look really old if you look at them. Some of the stuff that's up here, but it's kind of just stacked around this area here that looks like it eventually runs down to there, runs down to that spot I was just showing you. But when we were walking up, I was like, what the hell is that thing? And it looks like they've got a zip line. I'm about to go up here real quick and see if it runs across. I saw there was like a body of water. Must run. Yeah, look at that. I love how unsecured everything is here. So this platform, wow, it's like I don't know what this is, some kind of obstacle thing here. But this platform is a zip line, runs across the lake, it looks like. Pretty neat little adventure to go on in the summertime. Looks like there's all kinds of stuff down here. Let's go down here and see. Looks like kind of just like a little adventure area. You see behind me there's a rock wall, and then these guys are actually repairing the little platforms that are suspended between all the trees. And yeah, it just kind of looks like a neat, see those guys behind me, and then just here you can see all the platforms and people can climb. Looks like these guys are getting it all set up for the spring. Check out this balanced bike up here. Pretty neat. So kind of just a really neat display. I'm not sure if people in general can run through here, or if it's kind of like a circus show that goes on, or everyone can cross on this bike, or how that works. But pretty neat little setup here. There's a neat suspension of some, looks like maybe some storks or something here. But there's just this neat bridge that goes over the body of water here, this little lake that it looks like over there actually where we walked by you could rent little paddle boats and stuff. I don't think they're renting them now, but they did have like a little shop you could stop and grab like a coffee or maybe like a thing of chips or something, and then just some little things here, little things that are associated with I don't know, I would assume seafaring. Like seafaring. Yeah, it's all sea stuff, but yeah, pretty nice little spot here. Still heading along. Things are pretty calm, not a lot of people out. It's Friday now, so maybe those who still are able to work are at work right now, and everyone else is kind of just out wandering around. But pretty neat so far. Alright, so I was assuming that the arboretum that I've been trying to find in the Victory Park, which I was showing you at the entry, was separate things, but I believe the Arboretum and Victory Park are one and the same. An arboretum being basically a collection of trees, or a park full of trees, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you would say it was?
I think so, yeah.
But yeah, it's a really expansive park. There's this really neat hill. These guys are kind of playing around up on this little hill. Looks like someone's built a little hideout there under some sticks, but it's really extensive. As you can see, it goes quite a ways back this way. In all directions from me, it actually spans pretty far. There's different little playgrounds as you go along, and it's really just a neat park. I can imagine here a little bit closer towards the summertime, a little bit further into spring. This place is probably really nice. But oh yeah, look at these blossoms. Someone's doing a little photo shoot over there next to these beautiful blossoms. But yeah, we're probably gonna head back to the apartment here shortly. If I find anything else, I'll throw it on there for you guys. But yeah, it's a little stroll we took today. What do you think?
It was nice.
Nice, huh?
Yeah. This park is really nice.
It's really large, and I think it's neat because it's not super packed. So it's nice because we're not like we're trying to keep our distance from people. We've been trying to do social distancing by staying in the apartment. But yeah, like we've been in the apartment for like 2 weeks straight, basically, only coming out like maybe once or twice for pleasure, and any other time we were coming out was literally just to go to the grocery store. So it was nice to get out today and stretch our legs and see a bit of the city. I know currently right now there are, I think, what was I saying this morning? It was like 140 cases of the pandemic here, and this morning actually was the first time that I read that there were any cases specifically here in Odessa, and I think that there were something like 4 cases here. So there are cases here now. I've been keeping up with it, and up until this morning I hadn't seen that there were any cases here. So yeah, everyone still seems pretty chill here. No one's acting silly. A lot of people wearing masks, which that is what it is. But yeah, it doesn't seem too crazy here, and so yeah, we're doing pretty good. All right, we are back in our building plaza zone, I'll call it. There's actually a ton of buildings in our area that are all shared. It's all Cador, I believe, which is basically like all of the real estate around here is Cador, but these buildings themselves are all within one unit of ground, I guess I'll say.
One complex.
Yeah, one complex, you know,
Compound.
one compound. But yeah, it's certainly, the days kind of changed on us. It got cloudy and it started to rain, and it's certainly dropped in temperature a few degrees, and that rain's not very, there's not a lot of rain, but it's certainly cold when it hits my skin. But I think I'm gonna compile the video you just watched and throw that up on the YouTubes. I'm not sure when we'll be able to get out next, because it looks like the weather's going to get nasty, and we'll be keeping an eye on the cases going on with the pandemic. So if things get much worse with that, maybe they'll start limiting the amount of movement the people are making right now, because a lot of people are out just socializing and things of that nature. They might start limiting that. So for now, we figured we'd get out while we had the chance. But I think I'll throw this up, and hopefully we can catch some more video and views for you guys later. Thanks for watching.